Welcome
Hello.
to
You kill me.
Kasia
Eugene.
Film Reviews for Reprobates.
You.
And that's you. And us too, probably. And the film this week, Good Time. Almost good time, but it's a good time. Anyway, let's start. Turn off the music. You handle the music. Oh, my head is cut off.
That
terribly.
wonderful music by Disco Interiors.
Disco Interiors, a great international project featuring Manuel Libeskind, me, and her. Anyway, we had the occasion to travel together. Sorry about the glacios. Hey, they don't make passes at guys who wear glasses.
Yeah.
So we had the benefit of doing some international travel recently, and with great frequency, you'll discover that what happens is they give you movies to watch on the airplane that you somehow fucking missed, right?
Yeah. And you have to watch them because there's really nothing else to do. You're too tired to read sometimes.
Yeah, 14 hours there, 14 hours back.
Yeah.
In brief, I think I can safely say Justice League of America sucked. That was probably the worst movie I watched on the plane.
With Justice League?
Yeah, that's with they bring Superman back from the dead, and then they got Aquaman, I guess whatever they call him, Fishman, the guy Jason Momoa.
I think I've never could give a shit about them.
It was terrible. DC has not managed to pull it out, and it's probably because they have two templates. They have a Superman template and the Batman template. The Batman template is winning. Superman doesn't win. The only reason why Wonder Woman worked is because she's a god.
She is a god.
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Yeah. Wonder Woman was a great movie. So what we're watching movies, not movies we've seen before. I kept going past this one. The poster for it looked good. And finally, probably in the 9th hour, I got completely desperate. I was like, look, I'll give it the 10-minute test.
Yeah. The poster was actually very so it was actually so not appealing that I didn't even think about looking at this movie, even checking it. And then for some reason,
here's a picture of the poster. I don't know if you can see it.
It was just
it looks like two guys about dosey doing.
Yeah, good time. It's you don't know. I've watched actually one more movie that we're gonna talk about next week probably because Eugene haven't seen it yet, and it's called.
It's a secret.
Okay, whatever. So, Good Time is a film of two brothers. I'm having a little cheat sheet here. Benny and Josh Safdie. They're brothers, and the movie is about brothers.
No, it was directed by those guys.
Yes.
It was directed and written by Josh and Benny Safdie.
Yes.
Right. Those weren't the characters' names.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Josh and Benny Safdie.
Directed by.
They directed it, but these are not the names of the.
Not the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Nick was the.
Correct.
Was it Nick?
I don't give a fuck with the characters' names.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so it is a story about two brothers, and one of them is played by Robert Pattinson. And here, I would like to say, I'm sorry, Robert Pattinson. I've never knew that you are a good actor, actually.
I feel really bad.
Me too.
I actually feel really bad about all the shit talking I was doing.
Goddamn, I was so wrong about you, Robert Pattinson. I thought that all you can do is being a vampire, and he was great in this movie.
Yeah.
He was like a Greek New Yorker, kind of a fuck up.
Connie Nikas was his character's name.
Yes, they were Greek.
And his brother was Nick. Yeah.
And Nick was a little bit
developmentally
disabled, but his brother believed that he doesn't have to feel disabled, that he can be whoever he wants to be. And because what was the name of the brother, the main character, Connie is a thief, and in general like a little fuck up. So he's engaging his disabled brother into robbing a bank, which you can figure it out. It doesn't go so well for them.
But don't dismiss it. I mean, right now, if you're tempted to roll your eyes and go, it's a heist drama. It's not. They said the same thing about A Long Slow Screw, the novel I wrote, and it's completely not just that. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. So.
No, I think that movie was a great, like a metaphor for American society, when everybody believes that they can be whatever they want to be, no matter what they are and who they are. That's why we have Donald Trump as a president. But yeah, if you are develop, how do you say it?
Well, for those of us who are not developmentally disabled.
Sorry, I just can't pronounce it right now. So if you are, if your mind is not right, you really shouldn't rob a bank. I mean, you probably shouldn't rob a bank no matter what, but especially when you have a special type of mind, it's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're unsure of the circumstances that, you get. They're equal parts. I mean, they're literary antecedents. There's Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men, with Nick fulfilling the Lenny role. There was Ernest Borgnine in that great movie with his name I can't remember, where he plays a developmentally disabled. Oh God, it'll come to me soon. So that we have a long tradition of what do we call it? Of people going full retard, to quote from Tropic Thunder, and the unkind quote from Tropic Thunder. But Marty is an Ernest Borgnine movie. It came to me. So it right away starts out with. I mean, as a filmmaker, I think your major objective is to get people to view your product as something that's distinctly different from the thousands of other products. I mean, how do you get people to eat another Twinkie? Once you've had one Twinkie, you've had all the Twinkies. Once you've had one, is there really a need to eat the 1,000th? But if you're in the business of selling Twinkies, you have to create the illusion that the 1,000th Twinkie is going to give you even more pleasure than the first one. So the way you do that with movies is to create a sensation of dis-ease, discomfort, where suddenly you don't feel like, hey, the roller coaster doesn't feel like the normal. Yeah, it's exciting, and Tom Cruise is flying on the mountain, it's this and that, but you feel suddenly this discomfort, this psychological, like you might do on any given day walking through the streets, full of anxiety. And you get that because it opens up with Nick, the developmentally disabled brother, and it's like, oh my God, how are they going to play this?
Yeah. Yeah, he was on a therapy, and his brother decided that he doesn't need a therapy. He's going to take him away from there because he is not stupid, right? He is not disabled. He doesn't belong there, and he's feeding him with this lie pretty much all the time.
And you're unsure if he's feeding him because he needs an accomplice, or you're unsure if the activity afterward, post facto, is to whether he's playing him for a patsy, he needs an accomplice, or whether he's actually doing some kind of human potential thing. You got to be the best that you could be. You walked in that bank, you walked out with that money. You're that guy,
Yeah, so they're robbing a bank, and it feels like it went well at the beginning, and then it doesn't. I'm not going to tell you why. And in an effect, actually, Nick is getting into hospital. He's getting his face fixed a little bit.
Well, and Nick gets put in jail, gets into a fight over the TV, which is probably when you're in a holding cell, probably one of the most likely fights you're about to get into over changing. But because he's kind of like autistic on the spectrum, he wants to watch what he wants to watch, gets into a fight, gets put in the hospital. Now, usually we're pretty cavalier about spoiler alerts because they're big blockbuster movies, which means that by the time you actually see the movie, you've already seen 15 trailers. But what is that one about Adrift, about the people who go out, the couple who meet and they go out in the boat and they shipwreck and then they survive and they get.
Seen it yesterday,
we saw the fucking trailer.
We tell us the whole movie.
We just saw the whole movie. There's no need for that. Yeah, I saw the whole movie in the trailer. So we're usually careful. But with this movie, the spirit of discovery that you get from not knowing what the fuck is going on, do not read any reviews. You see the movie. We're not going to actually go into any more plot points because each and every one of them are completely fucking delicious when they happen. So you have the setup. You got the two brothers. One played by the British actor Robert Pattinson, who does a fucking admirable job. He's equal parts kind of Ratso Rizzo from Midnight Cowboy. He looks a lot like Billy. Who's the cat who plays Chucky in the human that who's he takes his soul and puts it into Chucky's body in the Chucky series. Brad Dourif. His equal parts kind of Brad Dourif. His accent, his New York accent, is almost pretty good. Every now and then it kind of slips and it doesn't seem quite right. You can hear there's a trace of another accent there. But then you remember his name is Connie Nikas.
He's part Greek. Like he is Greek. So his grandma is Greek.
So it's complete. Yeah, his grandmother is Greek. So it's completely understandable. But I felt discomfort for the entire movie. And then you're worried that they're going to do like, what is it, Scorsese one, The Departed. And at the end, ruin it with some stupid shit. They do not do this. They actually do not do this. The writing is trenchant. The acting is fucking solid, and I love these movies where they don't only have 1 star.
Yeah.
Then I'm not distracted by Tom Hanks. He's looking pretty good. He's been around for a long time.
No, I had to look. I was telling this Eugene like several times. I couldn't believe it's Robert Pattinson. I was trying to see him in this character, and he was absolutely invisible. Like I would never like if you like stood there and tell me I'm gonna kill you, or you're gonna like tell me who it is, I would be like, I don't know, kill me. This is just like he doesn't look like Robert Pattinson at all, and which is great because it's not distracting. And then the brother, he did a great job acting too. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. In general, like everybody actually did great job acting. Yeah. Again,
only 1 star. I guess there was a cat. There was a guy who was in that. He's Ethiopian. The Ethiopian guy. What's his name? I'll find it here. But yeah, Barkhad Abdi. So he's gotten sort of famous. But Jennifer Jason Leigh was famous, totally unrecognizable in a great role. Yeah. Barkhad Abdi. I mean, fucking solid. Like you don't know solid. And the writing, as a guy who's written a heist novel, the writing was great. I was looking for holes, no fucking holes. It was consistent, and the characters were. I mean, it just reminded me, if you remember Beth and Scott B. Cinema of Transgression, the early 80s, 8mm kind of grimy. It felt to me like the way you felt when you watched Mean Streets for the first time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't, and I guess I feel bad not knowing about the Safdies. Did anybody else know?
They did made 2 other movies apparently. I was just reading about them today. We gotta watch them. One of them was Daddy Longlegs, and the other one was, I don't know. Anyway, they just sporting this wonderful naturalism, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable. Like they really avoiding pretty in this movie. Like nobody's pretty there. Nothing is pretty.
Yep.
The camera work is magnificent, I think, and this whole realism is just really like there's no bullshit in the movie. One thing that kind of like made me wonder, and I kind of was like, was that when they were making the heist. Like they were doing that bank robbery, they were wearing masks, and they were like pretty much black faces, right? And then every black person in this movie kind of got fucked up. So it was kind of like a weird racial weirdness, don't you think? I mean, maybe I'm just a little bit like maybe I'm looking for something that's not there, but it just felt to me like. Something's going on there.
No, I didn't really feel that. I mean, but I mean, for the New York politic of it, it didn't feel strange to me. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel discordant. There was the woman at the hospital who helped him. I mean, this won't spoil anything for you to know. The woman at the I mean, what I loved about it was that. You compare Seinfeld's New York, you compare Woody Allen's New York, you compare, let me give me one more douchebag comparison. I get, or any other mainstream movies New York, and Those are not New York.
Sex and the City?
Sex and the City, New York. This is
Friends?
yeah. I didn't even get Friends. But you know, you get Safdie, you get Abel Ferrar, you get real chroniclers of a real New York City, and so you had a variety of black cops, you get black meter maids, you got a variety of black, and it's not a big deal. It's not like a horn. Like, remember in the old movies where they would play like an Asian character would appear and they'd play it ding, 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 ding. Like, without the music, you wouldn't know dude was Chinese. Ding, 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 you know. And then there's a great porno movie called Inside Jennifer Wells, where every time somebody ethnic comes, they have music according to the guy's ethnicity. Like when the Greek guy comes in, they play the music from Zorba the Greek, you know. And the Chinese guy coming in, like ding, 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 ding. So, you know, so there wasn't any of those cutting.
What are they playing for the black guy?
She in Inside Jennifer Wells, she had sex with one black guy and a couple. It was a threesome, and he didn't have any music. He just had the normal.
Okay.
Inside Jennifer Wells. That's a movie we could talk about when we start reviewing porn, but we're not doing that now.
Let's start doing that. That would be great.
Well, there's no been hue and cry for it.
It's a masturbation day. You know that?
Is Happy Masturbation Day? Well,
it is.
I typically thought that was every day, but that's just.
But you know, every day things have their special days. So today is the masturbation.
What is that song? Masturbation. It's making me wait, making me. Oh no, that's the ketchup commercial.
Oh.
Not constipation. The ketchup commercial. Something that's making me wait. Anyway, so back to Good Time. The title is fucking absolutely
bad,
terrible.
And the poster is bad because it just doesn't. It's not appealing. Like it should like. It doesn't catch the eye even. That's the problem.
If anybody's connected to the Safdies, have them contact us.
Yeah, tell them.
Because we could edit. We could put together a poster. You know, she's great with design. I'm great with naming. I've named several bands, several records, several song titles. It's my specialty. She's got a great design eye. We could have helped your fucking movie. That's all we're saying.
You need us.
You need us.
Safdies.
That you do. We should. But I think these guys are major talents. And I haven't been this excited about two brothers directing since the Hughes brothers, who I think are criminally underused, even though I just think they're kind of Scorsese interpreters. They do it with such a love and devotion that I love watching the movies.
What about Coen brothers? But they actually highly appreciate it.
Yeah, they're highly appreciated, and they're less jokey movies I like more than their more jokey movies. I mean, I can watch No Country for Old Men forever, you know, but the kind of goofy, broadly drawn ones, I kind of.
Well, I appreciate that they don't stick to one thing.
Yep.
I mean, they just made so many movies, and all of them were good.
So, Yep. All right, so anyway, let's get to the ranking.
Oh my, fuck! I haven't think about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
but
you got 3 seconds.
No, that's okay. Just the pressure. Let's pressure like.
Okay,
sorry, I can't speak today.
Why?
I don't know. It's the rum I had with your mom.
They were drinking.
I'm actually red from the light.
From the light.
And we have like 90 degrees here today, so it's terrible.
She's a daytime drinker.
Yes.
A day tripper. Okay.
I everything for your mom.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you stop
drinking
after she lives. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna do some ranking. Ready?
Yes.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, you give it one.
She's giving it an 8, and I'm giving it a 9.
Nice.
A 9.
Nice. Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing I can think to talk shit about this movie.
Me neither. Actually.
Outside the one, I'm denying it. Excuse me, because this is a pet peeve of mine: the profusion of British actors stealing roles away from American actors. I'm talking about film protectionism. Look, I don't care. That's fine. Got the best person for the job. I got it. But you know in your heart of hearts, if I start sending my headshot around to agencies in London, I'm not getting the same type of work, the same volume, or the same intensity. Well, Eugene, that just has to do with your talent. I'm not even getting extra roles over there. You know that.
You will get other types of roles, probably.
Who ordered the pizza? All the guys in the hot tub, me. hey, gay porn. How did Eugene get in that? I gotta eat. Yeah, no. Anyway, so anything else?
Yeah, I had like so much to say, and suddenly I just can't. I think it was just a great movie. Watch it and tell us what you think about it.
Oh no, you had said so much to say. What else did you have to say?
No, I forgot immediately.
We could run this out for 2
no,
hours.
but we don't want to. We want to eat Chinese food.
Oh, see. This is not professionalism. We're gonna sit here until you think of what you have to say.
You are abusing me again.
It's a talk show. Yeah, talk this movie.
No,
out.
I just wanted to say one more time. I'm sorry, Robert Pattinson. I really think that you did a great job and keep doing a good work and don't do Twilight anymore. Even though the Twilight wasn't that bad.
Well, you know, when they
we enjoyed the first parts.
No, we watched them all. We almost, but then we got
the two first parts.
We kept waiting for the vampire baby. It's like, man, don't make me watch 8 of these things to see the little vampire baby. Come on, stop it.
I've seen the vampire baby in some kind of you know like a review or something. It was terrible because it was computer generated vampire baby.
Oh, I haven't seen a vampire baby, so you're one step ahead of me. So, but this movie, I was kind of curious about whether or not the New York idiom, whether to your ear it sounded strange, whether you could make sense of it, whether it was disconcerting for you or not.
Oh, no, I didn't have any problems understanding the movie.
Okay, I mean the tonality.
No. Yeah. I was also I had subtitles too. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right.
Just for because sometimes in the planes the hum won't make me hear everything well.
Yeah. In any case, it's a strong recommend.
Yeah.
Strong recommend.
It won't make you feel great. That's the one thing.
Well, I love stuff like that. If you've read my novel, Long Slow Screw, you know more than there was nothing noirish. My novel is noirish. There's nothing noirish about this movie.
No, it's like a straight naturalism and realism.
Yeah.
There's nothing like magical about this movie. It was just like very like live. That's live and life sucks.
Yeah. No,
but sometimes you need that type of cinema, and it was a really, really solid, good cinema.
It's clear to me that their antecedents that they glom to would be 1970s movies, maybe Cinema of Transgression, maybe Farrar. There maybe who's the cat the musician who did the Stranger in Paradise, Jarmusch. You know, they're New York filmmakers. It was just it's apparently won a bunch of awards, so I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'm just shocked I never heard it.
Me too.
A mockery of a
I haven't heard like a word about this movie. Nothing.
And in fact, a lot of you who have not studied,
and it deserves it deserves like being talked about, and it deserves some kind of
I think people who have listened to this show before will see the title card and go, "Fucking Good Time." I don't know, Good Time. Fuck that. You should see it.
Yeah, really. Don't make a mistake. Watch the movie. Also, we are sorry that Travis is not with us today, but it's a long weekend, so we give him like a time off. He's on vacation, so he'll be back next.
He's a vet, memorializing Henry Krinkle, also known as Travis Bickle. We'll see him next week, and we'll see you, Travis. And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
So thanks for listening.
Let us know what you think.
Yep.
Recommendations.
Thumbs up. Down below, you know what I mean? I guess one of these is the thumb. You know what Sicilians do? They do that. Have you ever seen this? No. Yeah, hold on. I can't. No, they do this. Right?
It's an L. Oh, okay. That's
which means
funny.
Tall man, little penis. Short man, big penis. Sicilians. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Later.
Bye.